1-0 pitch. Framed well by the catcher, Charlotte Harrell. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Audrey, one of the 6 members of this Bacolod City Little League team that was here in Kirkland last year.
Big swing there. It's hard for her to stay off that up pitch. Down 2 strikes.
Count out 1 and 2 to Madaron, who says her special talent is organizing things. Helping her teammates remember their plays.
I love that when I wrote that and saw that down. That's something to be proud of, and a skill set that I think we all could probably appreciate.
I like to organize things. Andre, come back. Come and take a look at my home office. Going outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Fair ball, the 3rd. Across the diamond. Cuevas to Bain, 1 away.
Nice play by the 3rd baseman.
Cuevas getting it done at the hot corner, and that brings up Jewel Miles Behar. Behar also was here in Kirkland last year, hit 500 during the Philippines stay in 2025, also drove in 5. Kind of tough in some respects, as Bacolod City Little League went 1 and 3 in pool play last year. On the ground to short. 2 gone.
Defense getting it done here. Both Jewel and Audrey have aspirations to be police officers, and I think that's a noble aspiration.
Barlita went 2 for 2, a couple singles this morning.
Played really well this morning. Obviously, he came up on the short end. Oh,
ouch. To back up to her feet, sure that everything is where it needs to be, and heads over to first.
A little bit of pain there, but I'm sure she'll be happy to be on first base when she starts feeling her hands again.
Yeah, hopefully she for her perspective, she gets a chance to run it off.
Yeah,
a bit.
There you go.
Jessica Palmera stepping up to the plate. Swung out of her socks there. Nothing in 1. Philippines had moments this morning against the West Region champions from California, but a lot of little things did not quite go its way.
Yeah, it was really it was a game of specific moments, and I think obviously their pitcher threw a really good ball game. Offensively, they had moments, but had a lot of strikeouts.
Count stays at 0-2. Palmero with a couple of swings. Coleman ready. The 0-2.
The game, but she really did pitch a really nice ball game.
She certainly did. She's hoping to end up in the win column by close of business here in this morning. That might potentially be applied here this time around against Texas.
Well, one of the things she did really well, I think she took the ball and went low and high. She kind of worked in the 2 zones and 2 planes, worked a lot outside. And I think what we saw early in the game earlier this morning, she threw a lot of strikes. So it wasn't until the opposing team started to swing the bat a little bit more that we saw her get hit a little bit harder.
Yeah, struck out 5 of the first 6 batters she faced this morning. Strikes out the first batter she faces this afternoon. Trojak goes down on strikes.
We didn't see a lot of change in speeds, but we definitely saw some great movement on the outside, a little bit of a rise, a little bit of a curve, and certainly think that she's going to continue to attack in those areas.
Brings up Amara Cuevas. Goes over for a called strike 1. The first 14 batters that Tamba faced this morning, she delivered first pitch. Very breezy here at the park. No balls, 2 strikes. Cuevas trying to chase that one. It's been breezy off and on throughout the afternoon. Sun is out. It will be dry. Had a rain shower move through this morning that pushed things back an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Cuevas. Got it. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Starting out very similar to as she did this morning. I think just pounding the strike zone, and definitely with that movement and velocity, she's going to get a lot of swing and misses.
It's simple math in a sense. Movement plus velocity equals that. Well, I was told there would be no math. Fans in the building. Pulling for the young ladies from Bacolod City in the Philippines. Easton Polar, the batter. Pitch catches the outside corner. A little movement tailing away from the left-handed batter for called strike 1. Polar hit an over-the-fence home run during the regionals. No balls and 1 strike. Fouls that one off, and it lands behind us. No balls and 2 strikes. Shiner, Texas. Shiner Little League, 6-0 in regionals. Along the way, they were actually down to New Mexico 5-1. Came back to win that one 6-5. And beat New Mexico again in the championship game. Low and outside. 1-2.
Polar, one of those unique athletes, obviously, that is a right-handed batter, a right-handed thrower, but steps to plate as a left-handed hitter. And she swings a big bat and isn't just moved on the left side because she's a slapper. She actually is a power hitter from that left side.
Can't connect on that one. Goes down and misses. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Tamba to begin her afternoon. We are through 1 inning. Now, Barlita went 2 for 2, a couple of singles this morning.
Played really well this morning. Obviously, it came up on the short end. Oh,
ouch. Leita back up to her feet, sure that everything is where it needs to be, and heads over to first.
A little bit of pain there, but I'm sure she'll be happy to be on first base once she starts feeling her hands again.
Yeah, hopefully she for her perspective, she gets a chance to run it off.
Yeah,
a bit.
There you go.
Jessica Palmera stepping up to the plate. Swung out of her socks there. 0-1. Philippines had moments this morning against the West Region champions from California, but a lot of little things did not quite go its way.
Yeah, it was really it was a game of specific moments, and I think obviously their pitcher threw a really good ball game. Offensively, they had moments, but had a lot of strikeouts.
Count stays at 0-2. Palmero makes a couple of swings. Coleman ready. The 0-2. And this one's hit to right. Coming up, Price makes the catch. That is out. Number 3 dugout, ready to pick up the bats. The Philippines taking the field. Shiner Little League out of Shiner, Texas. And they have a shorter batting order than most of the teams here. We'll tell you about that in a moment. But first, we begin with Faith Tamba. We saw her this morning. She went the distance. She threw 34 pitches in the first 3 innings. 31 of them were strikes. She struck out 10. Made 1 mistake in the 7th. However, that was really the difference in the game.
It really was. She threw a fantastic game. I think she was certainly throwing a lot of strikes and going right at their opponent. And a big hit in the 7th inning was what ended the game, but she really did pitch a really nice ball game.
She certainly did. She's hoping to end up in the win column by close of business here in. Perhaps just a touch low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. What are some things pitch-wise that you saw from Tomba this morning that might potentially be applied here this time around against Texas?
Well, one of the things she did really well, I think she took the ball and went low and high. She kind of worked in the 2 zones and 2 planes, worked a lot outside. And I think what we saw early in the game earlier this morning, she threw a lot of strikes. So it wasn't until the opposing team started to swing the bat a little bit more that we saw her get hit a little bit harder.
Yeah, struck out 5 of the first 6 batters she faced this morning. Strikes out the first batter she faces this afternoon. Trojak goes down on strikes.
We didn't see a lot of change in speeds, but we definitely saw some great movement on the outside, a little bit of a rise, a little bit of a curve, and certainly think that she's going to continue to attack in those areas.
Brings up Amara Cuevas. Goes over for a called strike 1. The first 14 batters that Tomba faced this morning, she delivered first pitch strikes to.
Yeah, you brought that up to the attention, and I think the opposing team started to realize that, and they started swinging a little bit more in the first strike.
All of a sudden, very, very breezy here at the park. No balls, 2 strikes. Wade is trying to chase that one. It's been breezy off and on throughout the afternoon. Sun is out. It will be dry. Had a rain shower move through this morning that pushed things back and out. No balls and 2 strikes to Cuevas. Got it. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Starting out very similar to as she did this morning, I think, just pounding the strike zone, and definitely with that movement and velocity, she's going to get a lot of swing and misses. I don't know if I'd want to be the umpire.
It can be a thankless gig sometimes, but you know what? We'll thank them right here and now. Faith Tomba ahead in the count 2-0. Tomba went 1 for 2 at the plate this morning. She would love to meet Amanda Scarborough. Swatted on the ground. And the throw to first a bit high. Got her anyway. Couple of plays early on by Polar at short. Maybe even gotten a little help from our first baseman, Dane, climbing the ladder and keeping the foot on the bag.
Good job of keeping that foot on the bag. Puller's one of the taller players out there, and she's pretty thankful that her first baseman's got some good height as well.
Joey Feb Diaz, the batter. Swings through that one, 1-1.
These Philippine hitters have never stepped to the plate without getting their full hacks. They love to swing.
Fouled off the backstop, 1-2. Intriguing to note, 2 of the last 3 Junior League Softball World Series have been won by international teams. That one tails outside, 2-2. The 2024 Junior League Softball World Series won by the Europe-Africa champions from Czechia.
It's amazing.
And the 2023 Junior League Softball World Series won by Bago City Little League from the Philippines. They were a lot of fun to watch. Full count on Diaz. Touch high, that's ball 4. Of course, the winners of last year's Junior League Softball World Series came from the Southwest region, Columbus, Texas. Shiner, Texas, trying to make it back-to-back for the Southwest region. Our first look at Jenny Rose Hermohino. Drive up from the hotel at around 8:30 or so this morning. The rain continued for a bit, pushed things back an hour. Looking at things right now, you would never have known that Pacific Northwest decided to Pacific Northwest this morning.
Well, the one thing you can always guarantee in the Pacific Northwest is that rain is always in the forecast.
No matter time nor place.
Or time of the year.
It's great to have you with us here as we head to the third inning. Troy Clarity, Kirk Walker, Philippines versus Texas. Junior League Softball World Series. Angel Chua at the plate. Angel had an RBI single for the Philippines this morning. That ended up being the only run of the game for the Asia Pacific region champs. Coleman ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, Avery's done a great job. She's got a lot of ground ball outs, but she's coming right at the strike zone and putting the ball up in the zone a little bit, which is, even though she's getting a lot of ground balls, she's definitely moving the ball around in the strike zone.
Pitch perhaps a touch high. Yeah, intriguing. As the 1-2 in play. Throw to first, safe.
Angel hustling down the line. It's great to see her sliding in there head first into first base. Not a normal tactic and not necessarily the fastest way to get there, but she was motivated.
In by a couple of fingernails. I almost said finger lashes for some reason. That's my game, third game of the day.
By the eyelash, the fingernails. You gotcha.
It's my third game of the day. I'm liable to say anything. 1 ball, no strikes to Janine Pasilan. Bunt bounces foul. It's intriguing to note that Philippines has relied on strikeouts so far, 6 for 6 in that category. Texas has relied on its defense, especially the left side of the infield.
Yeah.
Shortstop and third have both done well.
Absolutely. Even though Coleman's throwing high in the zone, we're seeing a lot of balls put into play.
Foul again, 1-2.
Chua's speed on first base is definitely a threat because the ball put out into the outfield is most likely going to end up and result with her at third base.
At the very least. Thought about it, doesn't go for it, and gets run up. Avery Coleman's first strikeout of the day.
No time better than obviously when you have a runner on base. You know, love to take a strikeout and don't have to worry about runners being in motion and trying to make a play.
That brings up Jamaica Bernadette Sirocco. Her nickname is Jammin', and she's jamming with the single.
And they're sending her home.
And it's going to result in a run scored. Sirocco to second, got her there. But the Philippines takes a 1-0 lead.
Angel speed, obviously, Chua, she was running around second base, full go. And the outfielders threw behind the runner, through to second base, and never looked at her coming around. She never stopped.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts on this play as we show you the replay of it. Defensively, what are the big things that you're keeping an eye on here?
Well, you know, first thing is that not playing the ball clean there in third obviously allowed her to get to third base. But with that speed, you've got to be bringing that ball into home. Throwing behind to second base with that kind of speed, you just really open up the door. And she never broke stride. So defensively, you want to be able to manage your runners. Ideally, the throw to second would be normal without super speed there at third base, but too much speed to throw behind her.
Bounces to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes to Ellen Passion. Ellen's favorite TV show is Tom and Jerry. Speaking about appreciating the classics.
Who doesn't love Tom and Jerry?
Tom's probably not a fan. Fouled off. 2-1.
Catcher did do a good job in that last play, though, and redirecting that ball to the back second base and got it out of that play. But obviously not going to keep that run from scoring.
Well, and part of me wonders if that might be a hidden sequence here. As that ball goes into center field, that's a base hit. But there's no one on the base paths for Passion to drive in.
100%. That's why that play becomes critical. Obviously, the catcher continuing to throw that ball down to second and getting that runner thrown out at second changed complexity right here.
Nice swing, good contact. Philippines might be wishing that there was someone at second to try to make it a 2-0 game. As it is, Georgina Lyle Castillo looks at ball, look at strike one, check that. Georgina also plays hoops and futsal. How about that?
Yeah. They've got quite a few that like futsal, and I think it's an amazing sport that requires a lot of body awareness and skill.
Yep.
Agility pitched in a day. Yep. Or in the week.
Kendall Bain at the plate for Texas.
They also, at this level, is the first time that they shift and switch from pitching distance at 40 feet, and they're pitching now at 43 feet at the junior level.
Clapped up the middle, base hit. Gobbled up out there by Antira. Kendall Bain on board.
First hit of the game. Critically, the center fielders cut that off is really critical. That ball easily could have gone through to the fence, which would have resulted in being a double. So great job defensively, managing, keeping that runner at first base.
Yeah, well handled.
But as she's throwing a little bit more inside.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 7.
She's an athlete that just exudes confidence out there, and it's fun to see an athlete that just relies on her ability and her talent. She's got great mechanics. And you can just imagine she's telling the coach every day, I want the ball.
Coach Price says, okay, hey, here you go.
And if you have an athlete like that saying that, you're saying go right on out there, yeah.
Reese Lyons chases the first pitch, 0-1. Runner at first, right of your screen. Inside, gets the corner called. Lyons even she was standing in on the plate, then kind of backed off by the half step, mid-pitch.
I think the velocity that Tom has thrown here, we definitely, it's intimidated those hitters on the inside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. All 8 outs recorded so far for the Philippines have been via strikeout. Here's the latest. 10th batter in the order is Don Bishop. Swings and misses here. Don says that she likes all the Rocky movies. Okay, so all 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There weren't any others, were there?
Were there?
Oh, no.
There might have been a few other iterations.
I just consider 1 through 4. 0-2. Right now, Faith Tomlin.
What's your?
My God, is safe at first. Scored an infield single.
It's a tough play to make. The only opportunity I think probably would have been if Coleman could get back to make a catch, which would have been a spectacular play.
Boy, that ball just seemed to kind of die once it got past Coleman.
Had a little bit of backspin on it.
Back to the top of the order we go with Audrey Colleen Matarang. Grounded out to third to begin the game back in the first.
Autring's an experienced player here. Obviously has been to 5 consecutive Little League World Series. And that's going to be a hit.
Sure will. Everybody's safe. Boy, just dropped it down, dead in the ball about as well as you can do.
One of the adjustments she made there, obviously, the first attempt, she was on the move and trying to move to first base a little too quick. That time she focused on putting the bunt down before she took off, and no play with that kind of speed.
Back-to-back singles to begin. Pitch called on the outside corner. Bahar grounded to short. First, and her first at-bat of the day. Fouled off. Big cut there by Bahar, who says she would love to go to Canada. Well, it's not that far away from where we are here. Oh, maybe you'd say about an hour and a half drive, maybe north of here.
It's a little bit farther than that, but not a lot.
Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Just pick up I-5, you'll get there. Fly ball to left field. And that falls in left field. And the bases are loaded.
I think the ball was affected a little bit by the wind there. Kind of started to tail off on it and pull back in. The wind's blowing in for that left fielder.
Yeah, the wind appears to have shifted around a little bit. Was going from left to right. Now it appears to be blowing in from the left. And perhaps that changed the trajectory of the ball at the absolute wrong time up there for Don Bishop.
They're fortunate that ball didn't travel too far away, so they weren't able to score, but
Arleta pops this
it's trouble. It's going to fall.
And no one's going to get there. Falls between 3 defenders. 1 run scores. The throw overcooked, but the run is in. And it's 2-0. Oh, what's the old saying? Hit them where they ain't. There was a giant chasm there in the defense for Shiner Little League.
Yeah, again, with the wind blowing in as hard as it was at the time, best shot at making that play would have been the shortstop going out. His ball got held up and actually didn't travel out to the left fielder.
Balls harmlessly in shallow left center. That allows Agon to score. And now some words in the circle. Trying to get everyone on the same page. Trying to limit the damage as much as it possibly can. Bases loaded, nobody out. First 4 batters have reached. Jessica Palmera can certainly put Texas in the world of hurt here with 1 swing. And she might have.
That's going to score. That's going to clear the bases.
2 are in. The ball still rolling. 3 are in. And Jessica Palmera delivers a 3-run triple.
Really good job of hitting that there. As she stepped in the plate, she was right on top of the plate, looking to swing aggressive, and that ball just stayed fair. I think I might want them to look at that if I was on the Texas side. Make sure that it landed fair.
It was close. We'll show you what we have here, as it did appear to land in fair territory. That drives in 3. And this play drives in another. Would have been tough for Poehler to pull that one off. Palmera takes advantage, and now it's 6-0.
Yeah, the run would have scored either way, but if she were able to gain control and be able to make a play, that would have been a big out. She wasn't going to have a shot at home. But right now, most importantly, Texas needs to get some outs, change the dynamic of this inning.
Feb Diaz trying to keep it going.
The Philippine team's really doing a great job of just putting the ball in play and allowing their speed to really be a factor.
5 so far. This frame. O'Mara's three-run triple, rather, the big difference. O'Mara hit a 2-run triple last year against California. That was a go-ahead 2-run triple. Ended up being runs that put Philippines ahead to stay. Heads up out there. You good? You okay? You all right? Piece of cake.
Good grab by the cameraman.
Alex had it the whole way. What's the saying in soccer? The ball always finds the stars. The true stars are the camera operators here at this show. We just talk. Fouled off 1 and 2 once again.
I don't know. I thought they used to say the ball always finds the one not paying attention. I don't know. I thought that's what they used to say. I don't know.
Diaz ready.
Texas looking for their first out here.
The saga of this at-bat continues.
You know, this is where Texas' defense had been really valuable in those first 3 innings. Feeling a lot of ground balls, making a lot of those plays, but this inning they've had a hard time coming up with those plays.
Just misses 2 and 2. An error in the outfield. Not helping Texas's cause. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to locate it. Making the grab. It's Howie Trojak. Finally, the first out of the inning. Well, if you're Texas, you got to start somewhere. You
Absolutely.
needed that one.
Got to feed off of the positive things that happen and look to make now the second out.
Jenny Rose Hermajino. That Carter, Jenny Rose reaches up, rubs her shoulder, and immediately takes first base.
Had a couple of hit batters here this game, and it's tough for Coleman. She's been out there for quite a long inning, this 4th inning. Faced quite a few batters.
All started with an infield single. Gone. And a bunt single by Matarong, and it's kind of snowballed a bit from there.
It really is. The ball has found the open space, and unfortunately for Texas, they haven't been able to kind of cut off all the offense.
Chantal Antira, who hit .308 here in Kirkland last year, 4 singles. Rising her week. Back to Coleman.
Oh.
Throws over the 3rd for 1, and that's it. So the lead runner erased. 2 away.
Coleman does a good job of helping herself out there. Quick turn, switched her feet, made a good throw. And All-Star game, yeah, a lot of great things going on.
Andy Mikulchak swings and misses at strike.
Chua's speed really came into play there. I heard able to get her glove on that ball and come around and make a play. I think they're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, Melissa Coleman is running over to the first base umpire to perhaps issue a challenge here. Alexis Velasquez, umpire over at first.
Bahar almost made a great catch on that. It was a tough play. The challenges are able to be happening here if each coach has the ability to make as many challenges as they want, but the minute that they lose 2 challenges, then they are done for the game.
Yep.
So using a challenge is certainly something you can do, but if you're not going to be pretty confident in winning that, you might want to hold off.
And it was something that I thought the Philippines might do on a couple of occasions this morning, but chose not to, especially when it was down 3-1, bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, late
got
in the
the leadoff double, moved the runner over to 3rd, and she was ruled to have taken her foot off of the bag and to have been picked off at third. It was really, really close, and there was no challenge there.
Yeah, you would definitely think that
There's a
certainly late in the
challenge
game, you're going to go and look to a challenge. You know, there's certain things that you can challenge and certain things you can't. You can challenge a fair ball and turn it to a foul ball, but you can't challenge a foul ball and make it a fair ball. But any play at a base can be challenged.
Let's take a look here and see what we've got. We're showing you what we have. The umpires, by the way, see the exact same angles that we are showing you. So it's close, but it appears potentially, perhaps Trojak may have beaten that one out. Now, of course, it has to be
indisputable.
Indisputable. I was thinking irrefutable, but indisputable works too.
Either one works. Yeah, to overturn the rule, that's going to have to be clearly that the call was undisputable. I'm not sure whether that will suffice from that angle, but it certainly looked like she might have been safe.
Now, of course, our opinions up here are not the official ones.
Either way, it was a tremendous play by Chua at second base, using her speed. Behar did a great job of actually trying to make a catch, but stayed attentive and obviously was able to cover first base.
I'll show you the reverse angle of sorts. Try to break it down frame by frame, and might that be enough? I'm not sure.
And it's when the ball hits the back of the glove and is secured. It's not when it enters the glove. So you'll want to look to see if when the back of the glove shows that the ball has been hit.
Umpires have enough information, and the call has been overturned. So Trojak is aboard with the single.
Not sure if that was a call that was initiated from the coaches, but if it was, then they retain still their 2 opportunities.
Well, it's been feast or famine of sorts for the Texas batters. They've either gotten a single, they now have 2, or they've struck out. Done that 10 times. Mara Cuevas. Outside, swing and a miss for strike 1. Intriguing to note, and going back once again to this morning in which Tamba was untouchable in the first time through the order. Second time, California started to have a bit more success. So now that we're the second time through the order for Texas, let's see how things potentially change here.
Well, that's the one thing that we did see was there was a definitely difference between the first time through and the second time through. And one thing we did notice this morning is that Tama did not change speeds a lot, right? And so the one thing we're seeing here a little differently is that she's working inside of the part of the plate as much as the outside. So that's helped to kind of keep her being effective.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Big strike out there, obviously, to get that first out of the inning. Oh, a second out of the inning, Michael.
Did we get an appeal on that?
Absolutely. She was adamant.
Always fascinated by what catchers do to help win ball games. So we take it back to that last pitch. Charlotte said, hey, look, can we make an appeal down to third base there? What does Jose think out there?
You know, catchers do so many things that, you know, they're managing a pitcher, they're touching the ball every single time. Sometimes at this level, but not always at this level. They're calling pitches. They're trying to control the defense. So there's just so many things that a catcher can do and how they can impact the game. Their leadership, physical skill sets, and their relationship with the umpires, right? I think catchers and those plate umpires have a unique relationship.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Pasilan goes down on strikes. Sirocco is the batter. An RBI single, but was thrown out at second during the course of that play. She had the double also this morning, but also got picked off at third.
Sirocco's moving around in the box a little bit. She was up in the box, moved back into the middle of the box. She's got lots of speed.
Taking a second. Throw jack to Bain. 2 away. I think you hinted at it a little bit. Add to all of those things a catcher has to do, the physical toll that playing that position takes on your body.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I think there's no other position on the field that's going to take the wear and tear and the brunt of balls hitting the dirt and squatting down on their knees, and you know, it's a thankless job and physically very demanding.
Pasilan slaps that one opposite field off towards the 10th, and that actually bounces and rolls into the field of play over on field number 1. Looking right now, and the Chechia left fielder just got it, threw it back off the field.
I am surprised we haven't seen a few more foul balls going both directions, but again, thankful for this tree that we're sitting underneath that's potentially protecting us from some foul balls from behind us.
Yeah, we're calling this the tree house. Our broadcast perch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Could not connect on the off speeder. 3 up, 3 down. 6-0, still our score. Tech base umpire. Harrell struck out in the 2nd inning. Kenzie Fowler, Sam Gore have been covered on field number 1. Also check that out. Kenzie was a heck of a pitcher.
She was. Faced her many times when I was at Oregon State. She was obviously at the University of Arizona while I was at Oregon State. A lot of battles.
Roller to third. Arlita across the diamond. Hangs on, 1 away.
Nicely done by Behar there, getting up the line and keeping her foot on the bag.
Especially on a throw that seemed to be kind of tailing in front of her a little bit. You have to kind of reach and dive at the same time.
It is definitely one of the toughest plays for that first baseman. You know, thank goodness the double base is there and allows the runner to have a running lane, but striding up the line where the runner's running at you is a scary thing.
Swing and a miss by Addison Olchak. Shiner, Texas. Population just over 2,000. 90 miles east of San Antonio.
Well hit ball.
Drops down for a base hit. 3rd single of the day for Texas.
Olchuk does a nice job there of attacking a pitch up in the zone. Thomas done a good job of getting a lot of strikeouts, but we're seeing the ball put in play a little bit more last inning and then obviously here this inning so far.
Trend that we noticed this morning with Tamba against California, perhaps unfolding once again, this time around against Texas. On the move, heading to second. And in as the throw bounces into center field, wants third as well, and gets it.
So risky move there, obviously aggressive base running. Could easily have been the 2nd out of the inning there at third base, which would not be good when you're down 6 runs. But at this point, obviously, they've got a runner in scoring position and trying to get some momentum.
Well, and time's starting to run tight here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chances to score might be getting fewer and fewer as we go along. Timeout called. Now we're about ready to resume action after you look at the play. Nice base running by Olchak. Kendall Bain. Bain with the leadoff single in the third.
Good pitch there. Bain's an exceptional athlete. Volleyball, track, basketball, cross country, and does cheerleading.
Is that all? 1 ball, 1 strike. Now down 1-2. Kendall's a Texas A&M fan. A few of those in the Lone Star State too, I'm told.
And yet her favorite baseball, softball player, Caitlin Terry, who's at Texas Tech.
Yeah, didn't realize that was legal.
I got the chance to coach KT at UCLA for a couple of years. Exceptional athlete, two-way player, great speed.
Meanwhile, this is Faith Tamba's 12th strikeout.
Faith just continues to stay resilient, strong, getting those key strikeouts. Obviously, with the runner at third base, keeping that ball from putting in play is a huge, huge opportunity for the Philippines.
And Texas left 2 on in the 4th.
Yeah.
Popped up. And just landing in the front row of the bleachers here. Off the bat of Patricia Price.
Yeah, the old school backstop here. It's a little bit rounded and covering over a little bit of fair territory. Kind of took that ball out of play.
Kind of band shell style.
Yeah.
0-1. In the air to right field. Sirocco can't make the running grab. And that brings home Texas's first run of the day.
Disappointing, obviously, there for Tamba. She gets that pop up to right field. It's a more difficult play.
Getting it done.
Tremendous catch, and it completed a pitcher's dream, which is a 3-pitch inning for Avery Coleman.
A couple ground outs and a deep fly out. Now let's see what Bishop can do at the plate. She struck out to end the third. Bishop can say hello in 6 different languages. Much of this game has been Faith Tamba saying good night to Texas batters. 13 strikeouts she's dealt.
In one language, softball.
0-1. Now 0-2. I can barely say hello in one language. Tamba locked in. Bishop ready to roll. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch.
Bishop might have the most unique dream job I've ever heard for a young person, male or female. She wants to be a major politician in the American government.
Okay.
I'm not even sure exactly how you dream about that.
No balls and 2 strikes. 9 outside, 1-2 from Tamba.
But I guess saying hello in 6 different languages could be a great skill set to have if you're a politician.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
She might want a career in the State Department.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3.
Tamba continues to just amaze me at how she is moving the ball around the zone and continuing to just get things done. Not a lot of her strikeouts have been looking, but that one certainly was an impressive pitch.
Tamba's 14th strikeout of this game. She starts off Kulinchak with a strike here. You combine that with what she did this morning, and Tomba struck out 24 batters so far today.
Not a bad day's work.
All in about 7 hours and 15 minutes.
And she's not done.
Nope. Outside corner called, 0-2. Kulinchak struck out to begin the fourth. Tomba's twirling. That's 15.
Well, again, Texas is going to have to do something different. They're going to need to make a committed change, do something different to try and get to Tomba here.
Texas fared a bit better second time through the order. A couple of singles, a couple of errors also helped out a bit as well. Did push one run across, but not much closer. As we go back up to the top of the order, Trojak singled in the fourth. No balls, one strike. Well outside, 1-1.
That's the challenging thing, I think, in our sport, is that it's very easy to allow the momentum and the energy that's going against you to kind of become overwhelming. And I think these young athletes have got to continue to kind of be resilient and strong and realize that each moment, each at-bat brings its own... Oh.
Nice catch out and right by Soraka.